What is up, guys? So, as you probably know, in honor of San Diego Comic-Con 2018, the CW has released trailers for all of its Arrowverse shows, and I already broke down Arrow Season 7. If you want to watch that video, link is in the top right corner of the video, but in here I'm going to be breaking down the second best trailer from Comic-Con, which I think Arrow said Season 7 was a better trailer, but The Flash Season 5 is also a good trailer as well. The other two Arrowverse shows, Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl, didn't have very good trailer, if only for the fact that they reused so much footage from previous seasons. This trailer did as well, but only for a recap of what happened with Nora Allen. And after that, it just goes completely new footage, which is something I definitely think was a plus. Arrow Season 7 had absolutely no old footage, which is definitely why, one of the reasons is probably the best trailer, but this trailer had a little bit. It's just for a recap though, so it's fine. So without further ado, let's get into the trailer. I'm not actually going to show the trailer because it's way too long, but still I will break it down. So without further ado, let's break down The Flash Season 5 Comic-Con trailer. So like I said, the first half a minute of the trailer is recapping the end of Season 4, where Nora Allen comes back comes back in time, or gets stuck back in time and says that she made a mistake, and then Cicada cracks a pretty funny joke, in my opinion, and then it's revealed, like the rest of the trailer is mostly focused around Nora Allen, except for the end, which is focused around the villain, which I will talk about later in the video. But first of all, Nora Allen is going to obviously be a huge part of the season. It's the whole cliffhanger, it's the whole thing that pushes the season at this point, and she probably will stick around after the season as well. It's confirmed in this trailer that she is a character named XS, which is a comic book character, but not a comic book character named Nora Allen. In the comics, Nora Allen is a possible future version of Barry Allen's daughter. She's actually the daughter of Jessica Cruz and Barry Allen, which is a little strange, but it is just a possible future, and her name is Cruz. Here in the show, it seems like they're combining a couple characters. One, they're combining the daughter of Iris and Barry, which is Dawn Allen, and then they're also using the name of the daughter of Barry Allen and Jessica Cruz, which is Nora Allen, which I guess you could say is also the name of his mother, which actually makes a lot more sense than Dawn Allen. And then they're using the superhero name of the Legion of Superheroes member, which is XS, which is like a very far away descendant of Barry Allen who has the powers. Her name is Jenny Ognatz, something along the lines of that. I'm pretty sure that's what her name is. So it seems like with Nora Allen, they're combining a lot of characters, and I think it's actually pretty cool. I think, first of all, the name Nora Allen makes a lot more sense than the name Dawn Allen. It makes sense that Barry will name his daughter after his late mother, and the name Dawn just comes out of nowhere, and to use the name XS, I don't know. I don't have a problem with the name. I don't even know what it means, but it's a fine name, and her costume really looks really cool in my opinion. And her costume you see in the set photos, not in the trailer, but her costume is very based off XS's costume. So just seeing the set photos, probably most people knew her name was going to be XS, but this confirms it. This also confirms, like I said, that she is a combination of either 3 or 2 different characters, but just with the name of a third character. Actually, scratch that. I just realized she is a combination of 4 different characters. She has the real name of Nora Allen, the superhero name of XS, the parents of Dawn Allen, and the storyline of Bart Allen. She is technically stealing Bart Allen's storyline, if you want to call it that. I do have a slight problem with that, just because I would have loved to see Bart Allen's storyline played out in this show, but the fact that they're giving it to somebody who kind of has a combination of all those characters is also really cool as well. Like, I have a slight problem with it, the fact that they're stealing his storyline and giving it to someone else, but I don't have a huge problem with it. I am still very excited to see what they're doing here with this character, but she is a combination of 4 different characters, which is insane. That is so many characters. So a minute and a half into the trailer, we see Wally West, aka Kid Flash, back on the show, and for those of you who don't know, Kid Flash is not rejoining the Flash in this season. He's appearing in this one episode because he did appear in the Season 4 finale, and this episode seems to take place right after the Season 4 finale, so Wally West is there. He's actually not rejoining the Legends either. After this episode, he is leaving the Arrowverse entirely. He might return ever so often, but only as a special guest star, and he's never returning as a main character. I mean, he definitely might, just like Arsenal returned as a main character after 3 seasons, or actually 4 seasons of being gone, so it's definitely possible that he will return. But at this point, he's not returning for any further notice, and this is the last episode he will probably appear in until he wants to return or he's asked to return. I'm not really sure, but it's definitely not a series regular in this season or in the Legends of Tomorrow Season 4, which is definitely disappointing, but I'm still excited to see what he does in this episode. So, like I said, this trailer revealed that Barry will be having the Flash ring this season, and that is awesome. It's honestly so weird how it took them so long to get the Flash ring. It took them 5 seasons for Barry to have a Flash ring, considering that Reverse Flash had one all the way back in season 1. I know he's from the future, but still, like, it was a little weird they waited so long. But either way, the fact that he has a Flash ring is awesome. Just thinking of like a scene where he puts his hand out just like he does right here, and the suit just jumps out of the ring, and he runs into it, runs around, and he has the costume on. That is such an iconic scene from a bunch of other TV shows and movies that the Flash has appeared in, and it's awesome that they are finally doing something similar to that here. Hopefully they do just that in this trailer. It's very possible, considering that you see early in the trailer, 47 seconds in, I think, that he's wearing a season 1 costume. It's very possible that this ring, the season 1 costume, jumps out. I don't know why else he would be wearing it. The reason he doesn't have his season 4 costume is because it wasn't destroyed, but it was very damaged in the season 4 finale by the satellite when he destroyed it, so he doesn't have a costume. And it seems like this season is taking place right after the end of season 4, so they didn't have time to make a new one. So it seems that's the reason that he's wearing a season 1 costume in this trailer. Another reason, I think one that's a lot more likely, is that it's a flashback back to season 1. The reason they would do flashbacks to season 1 at this point might be connected to the main villain, and the main villain is definitely shown in this trailer heavily. Like, the last half a minute is all about the main villain, who is going to be Cicada. And the reason I think there's going to be a flashback to Cicada in this season with the Flash is I think the flashback will illustrate and show us how or why Cicada hates the Flash and hates metahumans in general. That's his whole thing. He hates metahumans. He is a metahuman himself, but he hates metahumans, and he wants to take revenge on them, which might be connected to this flashback. Maybe that's the reason he's wearing a season 1 costume in this shot, because even if the season 1 costume was the costume that was in this ring, they still have the white emblem to replace the red emblem with, so it's the season 2 costume instead. And also, I don't know why the season 1 costume would be in this ring. She's from the future. She's 30 years from the future, so I think the costume in this ring might be his new costume, because he is getting small upgrades. It's possible he's going to get the yellow boots, so he's going to have a 100% comic accurate costume with the yellow boots and all the detail on his costume. That would be awesome. And I don't really know why his season 1 costume would be in this ring, so I think it's more likely, and if I had to bet, I would bet more money on the fact that it's a flashback, and it's a flashback connecting to the main villain, who is Cicada. So then we get to the end of the trailer, which is all about the main villain, who is David Hirsch, aka Cicada. The one thing we see is his lightning dagger, which looks pretty dope. It looks pretty awesome in this shot. The lightning dagger looks pretty awesome, and I don't think it was really confirmed he was going to be the main villain until this trailer was released, but this basically confirms. It's still slightly possible, I mean, that he might be the mid-season villain, but I think it's a lot more likely that he will be the main villain of this season. And after watching this, after seeing his lightning dagger, I'm a lot more excited, because the lightning dagger definitely looks really cool. Like I said, the flashbacks in this episode, the fact that Barry's wearing a season 1 costume, I connect to him, and the reason I say that is because you see here you see the drawings and the dinosaurs. It's clear that he has kids, or at least had kids, and I think something happened to those kids, and it might have been Barry's fault, or the fact that a metahuman was attacking the city and Barry was trying to stop that metahuman, but the metahuman killed his kids before Barry was able to stop that metahuman. I think that's actually very possible, because he said that metahumans ruined his life. They say that in the auditions for this episode, and I'm pretty sure in the character description as well. So I think what happened is just that his kids, it's pretty clear he has kids. You see toys all over his house, the dinosaurs, the drawings. He has kids, and obviously he's not going to get rid of these things because his kids might have died and he wants to remember them. It makes a lot of sense. I think this might be some great motivation for a main villain, just to get revenge on Barry for something he did in season 1, which is extremely similar, and this is a very good thing. It's extremely similar to Arrow season 5, and I feel like I've never seen more connections between 2 seasons. I mean, the main villain seemingly wants revenge on the main hero for something he did in a flashback. That's something we've never seen before in season 1 of that respective show. And let me tell you, if this season is as good as Arrow season 5, even nearly as good, and this main villain is nearly as good as Arrow season 5, it will probably be one of my favorite, if not my favorite season of The Flash, and one of my favorite seasons of the Arrowverse in general, because the similarities between Cicada and Prometheus are definitely there if he's trying to get revenge on Barry for something he did in season 1 of The Flash, where we didn't see it, but we will see it in this trailer or in this episode in a flashback. So in the comments down below, let me know what you're most excited for from this season that's in this trailer. Is it the whole Nora Allen storyline? Is it the Flash ring? Is it a possible new costume? Or is it the main villain, considering all his parallels to Prometheus or his possible parallels? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thanks for watching.